Okay, it won't let me share like that specific screen, but I think I can try to share my entire screen.
Give it a shot.
Yeah, I'll try that.
Usually, I find to be sharing, it has to be a tab in your computer, you know.
It is a tab. It just doesn't ever work for me.
Oh, there it is. Brand proposal.
Okay, so I think I'm the one who basically set up the whole proposal, but Ashley did help me with some of the stuff in it.
Okay. So can you make it one show just one page, or is that one page? That is one page. Okay, it's showing it. Never mind. Keep going.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay. So this is the cover letter to the client.
Okay.
Do you want me to like read it, or do you want to read
No, that's
it?
fine. That's fine.
Okay.
You can keep, we can sort of go over it. That's
All right.
that looks pretty good.
Here's the executive summary.
Okay. So for example, one of the things you could do pretty easily is, you know, it says in the second sort of paragraph, our team will to do the blank, and then you do new logo, mock-up, brand guide. See, I'd make that bullet points or indent it, or I'd change that somehow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Great. So you're going to do all those things.
This is kind of the research.
Okay. So in the research, there's your business, which we gave you. Is that a real company, LS3P?
Yes, both of the competitions are real companies.
Okay, good. Did you actually look at their logos by chance?
Yes, I did. Ashley did the SWOTs on them, but I kind of went into more detail myself afterwards and wrote this.
Okay.
But they're both kind of very up to date, and but one of them's kind of confusing when you go on the website. So
yeah. See, now I think again for your proposal, it'd be good to stick the logos perhaps, or something about something visual about each of the competitions in this section.
Okay, that's a good idea.
Yep.
All right, and this is the target audience. It was kind of hard to do that because it's not a real company, so I didn't already have anything to start off with, but I tried.
Right. Okay.
Here is the creative strategy.
Okay, so now tell me what your creative strategy is going to be.
So I think her name is Ava, wants a logo to represent how strong and well built these houses are. She doesn't want a sans serif font, or a serif font, because it's all like, she wants it to be very unique and different from like just a regular house picture with her logo. So we did try to make some thumbnails that went along with what she wanted. We're going to keep on that strong look to it. That's kind of the basis of it.
Okay. So it is interesting here. She has a lot of, which is weird, but not unusual, that she has negatives as her instructions to you. Don't do this. I don't want to be that, which is sort of helpful because you don't go down the wrong path, but also.
Yeah, I definitely put some fonts based on what she said.
Right. So it's weird. So, so later on in the proposal, do you have some? Well, I guess we don't have the fonts in there yet and things like that because you haven't.
No, I just have them in my sketchbook.
Okay. In here, it might be helpful to put some visual things in there too.
Okay.
Okay, keep going.
Like some examples of what she's wanting, maybe?
Wanting or doesn't want, either one. You don't want this. Yeah. You don't want that. Yeah.
All right. This is our team description. Ashley did this one.
Okay. That's not a real picture of y'all, is it?
No.
It's very, I was going to say, wow, man, your workspace is great.
Yeah, I wish so.
Okay.
This is the portfolio. I just asked them to send me about 2 things, and we just kind of put everything in there.
Perfect. Okay.
Okay, and then here is the, I think this is the fees and finances, or the pricing and terms.
Pricing or the schedule.
Oh, this is the process.
Process. Might need to label that process at the top.
Yeah, I had it there and it's gone now, but.
Okay. Looking at MBO design, so you have that centered over there. it might be better to be right justified since it's over there on the right-hand side.
I was thinking about that, but I was having such trouble with this. I don't know why.
Really?
I don't know if
Is it a header?
program or my computer was slow, but it was just, I was struggling.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna make that better, but it was just hard.
Okay.
All right. Here is the fees and finances.
Okay, great. Fabulous.
We estimated some prices.
Fine. You guys are cheap.
Yeah. And then here's the pricing and terms. And
Okay.
I assumed that I would sign it because I'm the art director of this group, but
okay.
I didn't know if that was true or not, so I just did it.
That's fine.
Okay.
So
and
I say, yeah, okay, go ahead.
That's just the final of it.
Okay. On this, I would say it's looking pretty good. It would be great to get some visual stuff in there.
Okay.
It seems somewhat, well, I can't decide. I mean, you would show someone thumbnails. You wouldn't put that really in the proposal. So I take that. I was thinking put thumbnails in there, but let's not do that. No.
Okay.
Okay. So now let's look at thumbnails.
Okay. And then here is my thumbnails. Mine are the top ones right here, like the top 20, they're numbered. And this is just my research kind of sketches.
Okay.
So, and these are also the fonts I chose.
What's that first one? First font?
Neoteric. I found them all on dafont.com. So they were more sans serif and strong looking to me. So I kind of just went with what I thought would look best.
Okay. Neoteric. That's an interesting name. Quick. Okay. So Dafont is a great place to find fonts. Great. Okay. Yeah. You guys discuss how in the world you say the name of this company?
Pockout. That's my guess.
Okay. It's a weird. I've never known how to pronounce that.
Noah's.
Okay. Who's those?
Noah's.
Noah's. Okay.
And then here's Ashley. See, she did digital ones.
Okay. Which is
she went more with the idea of it being like a green built because I don't know how to say it, but they're like eco-friendly, I guess.
True.
I went with like a stronger look because of what she said, but I was trying to think of things like that, but I felt like it looked too different. So
right. Although I have to say they've got, I mean, like I like the name with the little leaf with the P, but again, that's a house. Keep sharing your thumbnails. Let's go back to your thumbnails and look real quick. Yeah.
Is it still?
Yeah. So you're on there. We'll talk about yours in a minute. See if you can share your screen again, Sarah.
Oh, I didn't know it stopped.
Oh yeah, drop. You might have to unshare and then reshare again.
I think it might let me. Tell me if that worked.
I think it's going to work. There it is. Okay. So you guys haven't really picked a thumbnail yet or anything, right?
No, we've all just kind of drew some thumbnails and we're going to put them together and probably decide something.
Okay. Yeah, that's the next step, obviously. I would say anything that looks like a house, you just got, even though it might be good, like the other, I know, who was it? Ashley had the P that had the house. I think you just got to not do that. Like you have the upside down house with the leaves, although I like it.
Yeah, I didn't use that one. That was just an idea. And then I thought about the house thing. So
great idea. You just got to cross it out because that's not what you want. The whole pyramid idea is good.
Yeah, I thought about I looked up like strong shapes and a triangle popped up, but then it confused me and then it said a hexagon. So I started working with hexagons.
We're gonna talk about that. So that's key. If she wants something strong, and that is what she wants and unique, you definitely want to use a hexagon's a good shape, pyramid's a good shape.
Yeah, they said a hexagon is the strongest shape overall, but a triangle is like a strongest. I don't know if it was like I don't know. It was a certain kind of shape, but like there was a whole list and I read about it.
Interesting. Okay. If you find that list again, I was looking for that because I posted a topography list and a color list and I was looking for a shape list. I would say the hexagon is a great idea because one, the problem with the pyramid is it looks like a house. or roof of
Yeah.
a house. So the hexagon's a great idea. The whole one little email thumbnail you have in there is you sort of have the letters PA in a hexagon over there, number 12.
Yeah, 12 right here.
That's very interesting.
Yeah, I didn't know if it looked like a P and an A enough, so I tried it, but
Yeah.
I thought it was a cool idea, so I just went ahead and did it.
Yeah. Okay, so you guys will have to figure that out. And it could be once you got to, let's say you decide hexagon, and then all of you should do hexagon thumbnails. See what you come up with. Okay. Okay, unshare your screen.
Okay.
Good research on the shapes. And we're going to talk more about that. Kathy, you representing the group A? You're still on mute, I think.
It seems so, since I'm the only one here.
Yeah. So can you share your proposal and thumbnails?
Okay, yeah, I will.
Yeah, group projects, they're tough.
It is tough because currently we're all kind of busy with our own lives, and election is coming up, so that's a mess. So it's horrible. Anyways, this is what the information I gathered through my research about the law firm, and
Okay.
let me tell you, it's quite boring because law firms are very boring in my opinion. And
They are generally.
And this is all the information, and obviously there are their competitors. Well, let me start from the beginning. So Walter and Smith law firm, they specialize in personal injuries, criminal defense, workers' compensation, and DOI and DWI. Their competitors are obviously other law firms, and I did the SWOT analysis, and I guess the goal for them is to get more clients. And here's the thing about law firms: no one likes going to them. I think most people are more focused on like affording one than finding a humane and decent one. So I guess at most, I just want to make it seem approachable at best. Right. And here are the thumbnails. This is what Elijah did. We're not sure. We haven't figured out yet what we're going to do or which one we want to pick. And mine is this one here. I really want to go from a modern kind of type because a lot of law firms have like modern type, and yeah, like
they usually don't have modern. They usually have more.
Yeah, but like when I was searching them, it had like kind of like modern type or
really?
just
okay.
Yeah. So
these are your thumbnails, okay?
These are my thumbnails, and yeah, that's what I got.
So you have, and let's stick on yours for a minute. So interesting, both of you have sort of an eagle head or a bird head. Let's go to the thumbnails.
Because because.
Yeah, interesting. So you got the bird head, eagle head, and then eagle shape.
That's
and then you have a bird head.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Because like law, and I'm like, well, freedom, law, why not that? Yeah. So I chose that, or anything remotely to law, and that already came to mind. I wrote that in the Association of Law, and I don't know much about law, and nor do I care about law.
Also, you have a column there.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Yeah, and you have the gavel. And
anything that seems sophisticated, because when I associate the word with law or attorney, I think of bald men screaming at a courtroom talking about something that probably is the answer, but they just want to make it more difficult for everybody within the room.
Don't tell that to your client.
My client will not know. Okay.
Okay. So you got some good. Both of you have some good shapes. You just got to decide. Yes. I think The eagle is an idea, although they're trying to do trustworthy, honorable, knowledgeable.
Yeah. I do want to I kind of want to stick with just basic type with just the 2 words WS, Walter and Smith.
Right.
Because that's short and simple.
More of a logo type treatment versus having a logo mark.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if that is what you're thinking about, then you guys need to do probably more thumbnails and pick a type and all that type of stuff and get it and work on that. So like, for example, the WS, you have all kinds of things. You could just do the words. I like some of your just WSs, the overlapping.
Yes.
Although I have to say the Walt Smith with the column is very interesting.
Yeah. Thank you. Inspiration I got from.
Yeah.
But
anyway, yeah, you guys seem to keep playing around with that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you guys got to do. So you've done research and you've done some thumbnails. Did you put your research and everything in a proposal?
We have not.
Okay, so you guys got to do that.
Yeah.
And you guys saw the proposal template?
Yes. I hope one of us did. I did, Shirley.
Okay, so did you guys assign someone to stick the stuff in there?
So I did say the last time I talked to you, we did kind of assign a role. Like Macy wanted to do like the digitalization, so that role would be like art director.
Right.
And Elijah wanted to be copywriter. And that would leave me to
be the more designer.
Huh?
You're the senior designer, senior graphic designer?
Yeah.
Okay. So who did you assign the putting it all in the proposal thing?
I think we have not touched bases on that. I think we only did was like talk about.
Okay.
The last time we communicated with each other was doing the thumbnails, and we did like kind of like show each other thumbnails.
Okay. Okay, you can unshare.
Yeah.
So a little bit about team dynamics. So, Kathy, when is y'all's next meeting?
Hopefully this week. Hopefully like today or tomorrow.
Okay. I mean, you guys have each other's emails now?
We're communicating within like text and because that's more efficient because I don't get no one's notification through email.
Well, that's fine.
Because I have notifications off.
Okay. So definitely set up a meeting and definitely it's like you should text everyone and to say who is doing the proposal and do that next before you start on, because that's deadline 1, before you start on deadline 2, part 2 or whatever, get that one going. Get that part going. So Sarah, when is your next meeting set up?
We just pretty much communicate everything over text message. We pretty much keep in touch pretty often.
Okay.
I texted them this morning and asked if they were going to be in class, and then Ashley responded to me. Noah, I think he sleeps in a lot, so he doesn't text back till kind of later in the day, but that works out because that's usually when I'm working. So.
Okay. I know Noah has a job, but I don't know when that is.
I didn't know that. He doesn't say much.
No, it's hard to get stuff out of him.
Yeah.
Okay. So yes, communication is up to you guys. How you want to do it, text is fine, whatever.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Okay. You suggested that I put visuals in my proposal. Do you want me to do that before I submit it, or should I just submit what I already have?
You can submit unlimited time, so you could just submit what you got, just so it's up there, and then add some visuals.
Okay, so I can resubmit it again after I add some stuff.
You can.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, just fix that. And definitely put your thumbnails up. Same thing with you, Kathy. So I would turn in what you got, your research and your thumbnails, and then work on the proposal and then turn that in.
Got you.
Okay. So just on Sarah, any issues group-wise that you guys are having that you need to talk about at all before we talk about just some other things, just to go forward on the next part?
Because Noah was so late to like the group project, it was kind of hard to think of anything, like give him anything to do because we already planned it all.
Right.
So that's why he didn't do so much. And I feel like this next deadline, I guess, will just give him more to do and us kind of hang back from that. But yeah, I think that's just what the plan will be.
Okay. I would, yes, give him more to do and give him some things to do, but I wouldn't hang back. I would keep going. You guys keep going and give him things to do, but don't wait around for him.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm worried about because I don't know if he's like one to get things done early or because he sent me those things when I was working on it last night. So yeah, I wasn't sure if he would send them early if I asked him to do it earlier.
Right. He needs to, I mean, he needs to be a part of the group but don't wait around for him.
Yeah, I've tried to do things, small things for him to do, like while I was working on the proposal. So
Yeah.
Yeah, as somebody who had classes with Noah before, he does have like a really abnormal work schedule. Like since he works at like a Food Lion, I think he works at like storage at Food Lion or something like that. He works at a Food Lion, and he's like in charge of like the like their drop off grocery type stuff. So he's usually if he's not doing like schoolwork, he's at work. So I wouldn't I'm not saying like as an excuse, but as someone who's had
I get that. I don't really have an actual job. I just do like part-time things and babysit. So I get that.
Yeah. And I do not know, it did say his laptop crashed. So he basically is trying to go.
I was going to mention that he can't do much except for when he's at the college campus. So that's a big problem.
And and also the college campus at like North is kind of busted right now. Like all their computers are not working.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Really?
because my friend explained it to me that their like yearly like Adobe thing expired and they never got the chance to like redo that thing. So every time you try to log in to use Adobe, it would crash. So and my
That's
friend
not good.
Yeah, my friend.
Yeah, I'll just try to find things that don't require him to be on a laptop, like thumbnails and stuff like that, because that's what I tried to do this time, but I was already doing them, so.
Right. Interesting about the North Campus. So obviously the South Campus still is going, or that would have the same Adobe?
I only know about North Campus. I don't know much about like how South Campus is doing.
I think South Campus is fine, but I don't go there. But like some other classmates I have, I think they go there and they haven't had any problems.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. I did know that they were trying to modify their Adobe agreement. I didn't realize it had crashed, and they were trying to see if they could get you guys on Adobe for free on your home computers.
That'd
and of course,
great.
I know it would be.
That it would make sense why I'm paying a lot for this.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, at least we get the student discount.
Yes, we do get the student
paying
discount.
It for $14. It's totally less than $20.
Mm-hmm.
Oh well, the professional membership is a lot more than $20. I mean, it's $400 a month,
isn't it?
Yeah. It's like $400 a month.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's bad.
Wow.
I'm still paying. That's the thing, though.
Yeah. So I do know, for example, but to modify a contract without Adobe takes years, and to do it quickly. So obviously that's messing up there.
It is messing up because currently at this moment, school's the only place I can focus on doing work. And since my brain's so shaped being at home, being comfortable, it's so hard to do work at this moment. And also because of election day, it's
every day and working.
Oh, you have to turn off the election. Have you already voted?
Oh yeah, I voted like last week. It's my mother who hasn't voted, so I kept nagging her to go vote and stuff.
It's a driver.
I know.
So yes, do vote. So let's go. Okay. Any other group dynamic issues? I would say to everyone, don't wait for anyone. And like Sarah, give someone a job to do. But
she's giving me stuff turned in early, help me work on stuff. So
don't hang, and I would say don't hang back. You got to do stuff, and it's up for the group to keep up with you. Obviously, you want to work with the group.
Yeah, I try my best to communicate everything I'm thinking through and like making changes and stuff. So
yeah, but don't wait.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me share some things that I want to. So the next step, obviously, you want to get the proposal done. But the next step is to then digitize your logo and do the brand guide for that logo. And so a couple of things, obviously you guys have done some logos before, and you guys have probably heard this before. But let me share my screen. See if this works. So I shared this article on, can you guys see this? The 9 powerful tips for logo design. Can you guys see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I shared this on the course content so you guys can see it too, but just to look at it, and there's some good things to remember on this. And so what you've got to remember is you've got to keep coming back to that paragraph. You got to keep coming back to the paragraph about what the client wants. And so as you're doing it and you're trying to make decisions, obviously, for example, like for group C, she doesn't want anything that looks like a house. So as soon as anything looks like a house, then you got to go the other direction. And then with group A, with the law firm, you're trying to make sure, the trustworthy, honorable. I almost want to make a scout thing, but of course that's not what they want either. They don't want a scout symbol. But you need to keep coming back to that as your guide. So know the brand, obviously that's key. But then also as you get a little bit more into the details, you want to think about your typeface selection and colors. And we'll talk a little about colors. And have another thing about colors. So there's a psychology to colors. So you've got to look up, obviously a law firm probably doesn't want pink. Pink is not the color for a law firm. So you've got to figure out what are the colors for knowledgeable, trustworthy, honorable, that type of stuff. And we'll talk about that in a little bit more. What are the colors for, the green, obviously green for sustainable for the architecture firm is something that might be good. Sarah, have you looked up the acronym LEED for architecture?
No.
So there's a thing in architecture called LEED design, and it stands for something. Gosh, I can't remember what it stands for, but it's basically about environmental design. And I think it's LEED. And so that will have some colors associated with it. You used some leaves a couple times. That might be helpful too. I think that part of the LEED design is you're trying to, use sustainable, use recycled materials, use materials that, last longer, are energy efficient, all the kind of that stuff. And then the fonts, you got to pick the right font that goes with it. So obviously the architecture firm's trying to be, not your standard architecture firm. So like you're picking some modern fonts, but like in the law firm, you're trying to pick some not so modern fonts, maybe some more trustworthy fonts. Maybe that's a more transitional font or a traditional font. So you want to pick fonts. Also the shape. So it looks like the law firm, you guys are going down using the words, Walter and Smith. I noticed you shortened it to Walt and Smith. I don't know if you got to make sure you don't do that. That's too cash. Walt versus Walter. So you got to think about that. Keeping it simple, obviously. And then where is? So let me see. Let me unshare this. So this is the actual Blackboard. And at the bottom, I've shared with you guys some stuff. Can you see the color is key? Can you guys see that? The color is key list.
Add that?
Say it again. Can you see it?
When did you add that to Blackboard?
When?
Yeah, I see it.
Okay. I added it this morning.
Okay, because I went into Blackboard and I didn't see that when I was looking, but I might have just missed it.
Okay, you might have to refresh or something. It's at the very bottom of, you can see, I added it. So you still have all the deadlines, and then you go down, final submission. You have the proposal template, the mock-up. So it's below the mock-ups.
Okay.
Yeah. So here I found this, the psychological implications of color. So let's see, let's look for the law firm. Do they use the words trustworthy, honorable? There we go. Blue is trustworthy and professional. Steady is brown. blue and brown, sort of boring, but that might be good for a law firm. Blue, credible, black. So there's some guidelines for your colors. And for architecture, let's see. So they're trying to be unique. That's the main thing she says, right? Natural elements. So let's see. White, obviously clean, simple. Anything natural. Brown would be natural, or green. Growth, organic. Green,
Black
obviously.
Powerful. Would that be a good idea because she wants it to be like
Could be. Yep. Green, orange, sunny, inventive. Yellow. So yeah, black, credible, powerful. So it could be green because she's trying to be unique. And that's one reason I wanted you to put your competition's logos. Are they green? So if they're green and she's trying to be unique, perhaps that's the wrong color. So you might have to pick something.
They haven't used green, so I think green would be a good idea.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what I was originally thinking, because that's taking like the strong logo and then adding the green type to it of the like reusable stuff.
Yep. So there's some color, and there's a bunch of different articles on color and the psychology of color in logo design. So, but there's some pretty good ones right there. And then let me get out of here. And I do add stuff all the time to the thing, so you do have to look at it. But usually, like, I'm gonna send out an email saying what I've added. Where's my? And then I thought this was a great article about font selection. And Sarah, looks like you have already gone to the font and picked out some good fonts. This has a nice list. A lot of articles don't have a good list of things. So let me go down there. So here is, add there. Now here is slab serif psychology. So it's talking about that, very specific. So confidence, solidity, and bold. So there's slab, sans serif. Did I say slab? Slab serif. So slab serif is bold. So there's a unique possibility for you, Sarah. I don't know if you had slab serif in there. Sans serif, obviously, you've got modern, clean, engaging. Different examples of that. Script serif, obviously Coca-Cola, a little bit more personal, feminine, elegant, a little bit more creative. So obviously, although this type of script is probably not good for a law firm, they want more of a, I would say, just straight serif, transitional. Here's modern typography. Hulu's using that. Futuristic. So this is pretty good. Display fonts, Legos, very funsy. McDonald's. Let's see if we can find a law. Here's Innocence. See if we can find a traditional looking one. These are all pretty forward thinking. Oops. My link is definitely working if I'm getting the ads. And obviously the same thing we talk about, when you're doing a logo, clarifying look at your brand, look at your audience, think about the competitors. So anyway, let's see. They don't have a thing there for law firms. Okay, so not much help for you, Kathy. It is not. Interesting. Okay. So in your SWOT, Kathy, did you look at the logos for other competing law firms?
Well, most of the law firm I did look at, again, they did have like some sort of modern to like serif slab. Yeah, you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Type on their like logos and stuff.
Okay. So look at that, and obviously that give you a hint. And maybe look at a couple other law firms. Because
Yes.
law firms tend to use serif typefaces, and they're a little bit more traditional than
Yeah, they're
than
very
the.
traditional, but some do try to approach to be like a bit modern in a way.
Okay. Oh yeah. And it could be some law firms are trying to, newer law firms are trying to set themselves apart from older law firms. So it just
Yeah.
depends on what they're trying to do. Let's see, what do they have? So they got two things. So it started in 1963, but you had a new person that joined in 2020. Aha. So they are trying to update a little bit,
They're
looking for
trying to
new brand.
update because they're a bunch of old people.
Right. Well, maybe you'd want to go because of that reason. Maybe you'd want to go away from the
Like the
typical.
traditional like type of
Yeah.
law firm and approach and with along with the logos and branding. But the thing I'm really confused. Well, not confused, but I guess trouble to wrap my mind about is like how do you rebrand a law firm? It's a law firm. It's literally a law firm. What is there to rebrand? A
Well,
suit, their approach. That's what
yeah,
I'm really confused about.
I think they're just trying to not rebrand what they're doing, but rebrand that they're not so old and stuffy. So I think maybe that would be the idea.
That's again, and that's another shot in the foot because at this day and age, no one can afford an attorney. Or
oh, some people can. I mean,
some people can with the help of daddy's money, but
yeah. Well, and that might be your audience.
I mean, yeah, I guess for DUIs because that's what they're specialized, and I think that screams a lot.
DUIs, workers' comp, and so actually no, so DUI. Well, that could be rich people or poor people. It doesn't matter. Workers' compensation. That's usually not rich people, but personal injury. See, they're trying to sue big corporations.
Yeah.
Criminal defense. Yeah.
But I think like I do want to have. I guess my idea is like want them to make more approachable, if that makes sense. But it's a law firm, and I have no idea, nor do I've ever stepped foot in a law firm.
Approachable is a good word.
Yeah.
Actually, and that is so. I would use that. Basically, use your own experience. So you have never stepped foot in a law firm, and you're trying to be approachable. So use that as your guide to figure out what to do. Okay. Yes, it's great not to have ever gone into a law firm, especially for DUIs and stuff, because usually you're in trouble if you're at the law firm.
Yeah, I would assume so. When I think of law firms, I think of lawyers and like courtrooms. So I'm like, that's what law firms are, and that's what I ran with it.
Yeah, well, that's what they are. Personal injury, though, can be you're not in trouble, you just got hurt, and you're trying to make sure you get compensated. So
okay,
that is usually you're not in trouble, usually, and workers' compensation also usually means you're not in trouble. You've just gotten hurt on the job, and you're trying to make sure the company is paying for things.
Yeah.
So those are two. Whereas DUI, obviously, it's some of those are mistaken, but a lot of times they're not. You are trying to not go to jail. And criminal defense, that could be whether you're innocent or guilty. Sometimes people get wrongly accused.
Yeah, that's true. Very true in this day and age.
That definitely is true. So I like I would add approachable to your list there. So trustworthy, honorable, knowledgeable. In fact, as you're doing your brand, you say, this is how you talk to clients. You say, look, you guys want trustworthy, honorable, knowledgeable. However, I would like to add approachable to this list because you're trying to appeal to people who are, have a DUI or have been hurt, never been in an office before.
Yeah, exactly. I guess that's what I really want is just kind of put in my perspective as somebody who's never been to a law firm. I'm like, well, when I think of law firm, I think of sophisticated guys who all they want is money, but do they care about their clients? So I kind of want to do something to turn out to the opposite to make it seem like they care.
Right. And some, human beings being human beings, some people care and some people don't.
Exactly.
So you need to make sure that your fellow group members are with you on that. Elijah.
Yeah, I just sent them a text message telling about the proposal thing. Hopefully they answer.
Yes. And then your branding. If you're going to add approachable and that's going to be your style, your brand direction, which I think is a good one, gives you something to go for, then you've got to start thinking about, everything, type selection, color, everything like that.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so the next set of deadlines is obviously catch up, try to get that proposal done, turn that in, and then now you're trying to basically get your logo done. So you've got to come up with those things, and then the typeface that goes with it, the clear space. I did not share at the bottom. I put the Bricks brand guide. We've looked at that already once, right? On the other project.
I think we tried looking at it, but it just was so slow loading it up. We never actually took time to actually look at it.
Then let's look, because I shared that again, but let's look at it because obviously it is big. It is too big to do.
Very big.
It's very big, but it has this great cheat sheet. So basically, you guys are doing not this whole, let me get down here, not the mission values, not the table of contents, this thing right here. Let me get on page. You're basically doing a 2-page brand guide, very similar to this cheat sheet. Okay? So you're trying to get, and I don't think that, yeah, I know they have the next page. Obviously, they have other things. Don't do this. Here's some other stuff. So you can expand away, but it's this cheat sheet, basically a 2-page cheat sheet of what we're trying to do for this project. So you want to show the logo, show colors. Here's colors down at the bottom. Show the typography. This icon part obviously is not something we're doing. But, and notice there is a layout to this. There is, brand guide, title at the top. You have your tone, voice, logos, your labeling, everything. Showing, the email font versus the copy font versus all these different things. So, and you guys are only picking one font, or you might do others. So it's this is all on one page. We're trying to do a 2-page one. Okay. So that's the things we're trying to do this week. Come up with the logo and then the brand guide. So on Wednesday, someone from the group has to come onto Teams and show me the rough that you guys have done on the computer of the logo.
Yeah.
So be sure and assign someone, because that could be you guys. That could be, Kathy and you and Sarah, or it could be someone else, or it could be more of you guys. So definitely you've got to show me where you are. You got to decide on a thumbnail and then start to get some stuff on the computer so that we can make it better on Wednesday. So that's soon. That's only 2 days from now. Okay, and I think we're going to put roughs in the discussion thread I've set up for you guys. So also you can load up your roughs on the discussion thread. Have you guys seen the discussion thread I set up for you all? Each group?
No. Oh, yes, I have, actually.
Okay, yeah. So that's what I want to see the roughs in by Wednesday, or I'd love to talk about them in class, but I definitely want you to put them on the discussion thread. And then Friday, we're trying to get the brand guide, thumbnails, and then we're trying to do the final by Sunday. So that's pretty quick. So divide and conquer. You guys definitely should get up with your group, divide and conquer. You do this, you do that, and then check in on them so make sure that they're actually doing it. So that brand guide, the Bricks brand guide, is on this content right below all the deadlines. Okay. You guys have any questions? Other questions?
I guess my only question as of right now would be, so we're in November now. So
yes.
When will be the end of the semester? When does this semester end? Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
When does all this torture end? Is that your question?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I have to play the ultimate game of catching up.
Sure. So just looking at the calendar, for example, this project goes through, it looks like the 22nd of November. So basically we have all the way till right before Thanksgiving to work on this project. So we've got this whole week and then 2 whole weeks after that. So you guys will be presenting that project on the 23rd. So that's at Monday. I think we're turning in the presentation on the 22nd, and hopefully we can see them in class on the 23rd. Then there's no class on the 25th, right? which is the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, I'm guessing.
I'm not sure when our breaks are, but I'm assuming we're gonna have a good bit of time off.
Yeah, I think that maybe I think there is class on November the 23rd, which is a Monday, but not on the 25th.
Oh boy.
Yes. So this project is due basically before Thanksgiving.
Cool.
Yes. Then I'm not going to give you guys a big deadline for Thanksgiving. So then we start up in December, but then the semester is almost over. So the last day of class is December 16th. So after Thanksgiving, there are 2 weeks, and then
Okay, I don't know why I thought this school ends in November. I don't know why I thought that.
Are we going to have a final exam in this class, or is it going to be like a final project? Or
it is. We are not having an exam in this class. It is. It is the projects. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, it is the projects, and so we are going to have one more short project after Thanksgiving, and then we'll be done.
Okay.
On the class, it might be showing there's 2 projects in there. I don't know if you guys can see that. That might not be visible yet, but there's only going to be 1 project after Thanksgiving.
Okay. Just wanted to know.
Good.
Yeah. And then also I do like to, so you definitely catching up. You would have almost that entire week of Thanksgiving to catch up, but there's no new deadlines that week of Thanksgiving. Okay, good questions. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Okay, so communicate the deadlines to your fellow classmates, and divide and conquer, but like I said, don't wait for anyone. Check up on them, but if they're not pulling their weight, you guys go ahead without it. Okay, so definitely have someone, either you guys or someone else, come in to show me your where you are on the roughs on Wednesday in class.
I was wondering if you saw where I resubmitted the last project we did, the proposal.
I saw your email and I have not looked at it yet, but I will.
Okay, my mom was very worried about that you didn't see it or something like that, so she wanted me to ask.
Always good to ask, but yeah, I saw that. I just haven't looked yet.
All right, thank you.
Okay, talk to y'all later.
All right, bye.
Bye.
All right.